Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a you versus them love reading for Aquarius. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the dynamic between you. Not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Alright, so your person is showing up as the World card. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius energy. Oh, all right. You're showing up as the Queen of Wands. So you may have Aries, Leo, Sag in your chart. And what's going on between you two is the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. So you two might be mirroring each other, holding back. But the Three of Swords in reverse tells me there's potential for healing within this connection. And with the World in reverse, I feel like you and this person, there's distance, whether it's emotional or physical distance, but you have unfinished business here. And with the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, this is somebody who hasn't moved on from you. They're holding back. They're looking at all the details, but they're not ready to move on from this. They feel like there's unfinished business here. All right, now with the Empress in reverse, Taurus and Libran energy, there could be third-party energy that came in between the two of you, or this person could be dealing with a third party. But a lot of times I read the Empress in reverse, this Taurus and Libran energy, as someone who doesn't feel like the best version of themselves. They may worry, Aquarius, that you're out of their league, that they're not good enough in some way. They don't have enough to offer you. All right. And they're viewing you as the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you, Aquarius, they're seeing you as the one that got away. They're seeing you as single, sexy, attractive, pretty much having everything you need. And I feel like this person is questioning whether or not they can give you what you need as far as making you happy and being good enough. Now, you're certainly showing up in a really powerful energy, the Queen of Wands. So sexy, powerful, attractive, getting a lot of attention, very charismatic. All right. And the Four of Cups. So they feel like you're going to reject them. Some of you are not emotionally available to this connection because there's an ending, or because this person's at a distance, or maybe because you feel rejected by them. All right. But for a lot of you, I just feel like you're not quite emotionally available to this person. You might be enjoying the single life, or maybe because there's been an ending, and for you, endings are endings. Exes are exes for a reason. You're viewing this person as the Five of Wands. So you may feel like this person brought you a lot of drama, fighting, bickering, and arguing. The Empress in reverse certainly can indicate somebody who has a proclivity for drama, somebody who doesn't feel good enough, so they just kind of start shit, right? It could also be someone who allowed third-party energy to get in between the two of you. Now, that does not have to be romantic rivals. It certainly can be. But it can be, friends and family and bad advice or work or distance. So I definitely think that you're conflicted here about this person not really making yourself emotionally available. Now, I can see that you two are mirroring each other, but for two different reasons. I think a lot of my Aquarius, you're holding back because you're just trying to get it together and move forward, or move in a different direction. And I think this person is holding back because you are, but also because they're trying to figure out a way to heal things with you. This person is viewing the relationship as the Queen of Swords. So again, she can oftentimes represent an ex. But the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy is this person is seeing this connection as something that's in alignment with them. And I actually think they're starting to see things from a higher perspective, and maybe show up with accountability, or look at the role that they played in whatever happened here. And you're viewing this connection as the Eight of Cups. So I can't make this up, Aquarius. A lot of you, you're walking away from this. You're viewing this as someone in your past, and you're not really thinking too much about it. And if you are, you're trying not to. All right? And your energy is the Ten of Swords in reverse. Further confirmation that, my Aquarius, you're moving on. You're healing. You're ready for something new. In your book, an ex is an ex for a reason. All right. And this person, I think they're kind of pining away for you. They're missing you. They're still hanging out in your energy, probably still watching your social media, rereading texts and messages, thinking about you, dreaming about you. But this person is showing up as main female in reverse, which to me is confirmation of that Empress energy in reverse. So an imbalanced divine feminine energy, which again brings a lot of drama and questions her own self-worth. That can be a tough energy to deal with. You know, not everybody is 100% confident all the time, but if you're dealing with somebody with a lot of insecurities, oftentimes they project that onto the connection, and it leads to fighting, arguing, drama, you know, not really having their priorities in alignment. And I don't think this person, male or female, it doesn't matter. Remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but I don't think this person was ready to step up and be your number one the way that you really needed them to. So we see change. This is somebody who really doesn't like change, isn't happy with the way things have changed. They don't want to move on from you. They don't want to move on from this connection. And we see great fortune because now they see what they had. They see your worth and your value. But it almost feels like, I don't know if they took you for granted or not, but it just feels like this person brought too many issues, too many insecurities, and too many problems, drama, and jealousy to the connection. Now, they feel like there's unfinished business while you're walking away. All right? Now, I don't know if that 10 of Swords in reverse is telling me that some of you are open to healing this connection. It may be the case, but for a lot of you, I feel like you just don't see that this person hasn't moved on, or maybe you do. Yeah, but they're giving it time. They're planning something. All right? Needs time. Takes time to heal, progress. So this person wants to definitely heal things, and they may be playing a bit more of the long game. And we see the sword and the rose. So this person is definitely coming towards you. They're coming in with communication, clarity, truth. They've had some sort of revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. So this person is seeing that, you know, this is a connection they absolutely don't want to give up, or they're realizing how badly they sabotaged it. Now, Aquarius, in your energy and your advice is to focus on your stability, your security, growth, endurance. And I think that's what you are and were bringing to the table, but it almost feels like they weren't matching that. And we see mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. So I do feel like this person, I don't know, I feel like you were dealing with somebody whose energy was kind of low vibrational, manipulative, bringing you a lot of drama, but also not completely opening up about how they really felt. And I do think that is going to change with their next communication. All right. I think this person is having one of these come to Jesus moments, a major realization. But what's happening between the two of you is we see the snake. There's that third party energy, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Now, this could certainly be your person accusing you of, cheating or, not liking them as much as they like you. Because again, I get a lot of insecurities from this person. But I also feel there has been third party interference. And again, that could be work. It could be friends. It could be romantic rivals. It can even be family members. So I do feel like there has been some sort of interference. And we see that with the Five of Wands, a lot of people here. But I feel like my Aquarius, you don't want that. That's not how you roll. That's not how you show up in a relationship. Okay? So I feel like that's been like one of the major frustrating parts here. What do we need to see that we're not seeing? True love, this is a divine connection. All right, so, that may or may not be the case. But what I'm seeing here is that this person does have real feelings for you. All right, and completion. So there's a cycle here that's over. Now, this might just be okay, it's nice to know that they have real feelings for me and this person really did love me, but it's over regardless. But it also tells me that they're ready to close out a cycle and start something new. And I think the big question is going to be whether or not you feel like you want to work on it with this person or not. All right, let's see what they want to say to you. What do they want to say to my Aquarius, please? I wish I could have been emotionally available and let you in. Again, maybe some of you kind of felt rejected by this person, or maybe you felt like getting their true feelings was like pulling teeth. I'm afraid that it's too late to turn around and make it right. And for some of them, it is too late. And you are always in my dreams. There's that Pisces energy. They're dreaming about you, constantly thinking about you. They want to bring this connection into alignment. They want to heal things. And I do think they might make you a great offer here, but I'm not so sure if you're sold on this or not. So you're going to have to drop me a comment down below, Aquarius, and let me know how you're feeling. What are this person's very next actions towards my Aquarius in the next couple of days or the next week or so? Communication. They haven't let you go. This person may be communicating that they're ready to close out a karmic cycle or coming in with some accountability. All right, at the bottom of the deck, they're going to be making you a love offer and maybe even bringing you some sort of big gift there with that great fortune card, or planning something really special. Again, I don't know if it's going to be good enough for you or not, but they are going to come in. They're coming in with some sort of big proposal, big or grand gesture, whether it's just a message or it's, you know, a nice gift or a date planned or something like that. Get ready. But like I said, I feel like a lot of my Aquarius, you're not so sure about this. And I do think there are some red flags that need to be looked at. All right, so your advice is clarity comes from expression. Some things can't be resolved internally. Understanding arrives through communication, okay? So again, this person is going to be reaching out. Ask the right questions, the questions you really want the answers to, and speak your truth. You don't need proof. Trust doesn't require constant confirmation. And again, I kind of feel like this person was questioning you. I think this person was lacking trust in the relationship. Now, maybe you were as well. But remember, when you're with the right person, you don't need that constant confirmation about how they're feeling. Are they okay? Are they happy? Do you like me? Do you love me? And that same goes for them towards you. And let consistency lead. Feelings matter, but the pattern is the message here, Aquarius. And no matter what, just hold your center. You can care without abandoning yourself, so stay centered. Because again, I do think there's going to be this emotional message, an emotional proposal coming your way, coupled with some sort of grand gesture or gift or something like that. But strip all of that away and see if this is what really truly feels right for you. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.